This is a short demo of the bring your own machine provider in cloud-api-adaptor. Okay, so this is my test setup with the latest code. Let me show you the cluster. So this is a single node worker and a control plane. And this has the bring your own machine provider setup. So let's look at the config map. So as you can see, cloud provider is byom. That's the short for bring your own machine. And this is the SSH key that is used to make the connection to the pod VM. This is the username for the same, and these are the pre-created instances. So I have two pre-created VMs. Let me show you those. So these are the two, 123.200 and 123.166. So before I show you a demo of a pod getting created, let me show you what is inside the pod VM, which of course, if you are familiar with cloud-api-adaptor, then it should be obvious. But if you are new to cloud-api-adaptor, it's worth looking at. And even if you are familiar with it, there is a subtle difference because of the SSH SFTP setup. So let me show you that. So this is the usual directory where the configs are. So these configs are there by default, and rest will be created when user data is populated. So you can see instead of this, let me just show you the key. So Kata agent service depends on Kata agent path, and then there is station agent service, which depends on that station agent path. And then you have the process user data service that depends on the process user data path. So if I look at and process user data is the one responsible for reading the user data that's gets populated either from the metadata service or in the BIM case, it is made available via SFTP. So yes, it looks for user data. Now, one important difference now, if it's a metadata service, then of course this will be populated by process user data itself by reading the metadata service. If it's libvirt, then this is provided by cloud init data, provided by cloud init, and in this case it's provided by SFTP. So let me just show you the SFTP config in this. So SFTP is enabled, the SFTP subsystem, and SFTP is enabled only for user peer pod, and it will CH route to the direct media. So everything will be media and CI data, and beyond that will be created by the cloud-api-adaptor. So this is one difference in BIM. So this has to be configured for the pre-created instances. Now, yeah, so having said that, let me also show you one important thing about this config. Yeah, so this is a directory containing the host keys. So either you can accept any host key, so it is trust on first use, or I think the preferred one will be you get the host keys of the pre-created instances and configure it in as part of your cloud-api-adaptor configuration. So this SSH host key is coming from this secret. So this secret is volume mounted in the cloud-api-adaptor daemon set, and this has the host keys which will be trusted by cloud-api-adaptor. Right? So this is especially in enterprise environments, you don't really want to trust any, you don't want to use tofu, so you can use this mechanism. Although, as we know in cloud-api-adaptor and the confidential containers case, the cloud-api-adaptor itself is untrusted. But more details on that, you can look into the PR about the trust models and all. But this demo is more about how the whole thing works, right? So this kind of shows you the basic config. Now let me start a pod, right? So this is a basic pod. Let me exit. Okay, let it be here because I wanted to show you something, right? So, okay, so let me create the pod. Let's look at the logs of the adapter daemon set. Okay, so it's already connected and you can see, right? So it gets the IP from the pool, then it connects to it and starts the containers. So yeah, so this is already started. Where the state, global state is maintained in a config map. That's also an important config item to look at. So this is the config, or this is the state, right, which is having details of which IP is allocated, which is free, and so on. So let me take a look. Let me show you. As you can see, this 200 is kind of taken up because this is where the pod has started, and you already, and one of the IPs is available because there's only one pod running. Now let me see if it is the same one. Yeah, this is the same one. So now we see that the pod is running. So let me delete it. Now what happens in delete? So this will reboot the VM because so that the state and everything gets cleaned up. How it happens is, let me show you this configuration. Yeah, so there is a reboot watcher service, and which let me show you the. So this is the reboot watcher. So when this gets triggered by a path, it waits on a path, and then it just runs a reboot. So that is, this is the service. So it waits for this, it watches for this file in the same SFTP directory, right? So this reboot file is written by cloud-api-adaptor. So when you do a delete as part of the delete instance method, it will go and send this reboot request so that the system can be rebooted and the state cleared. So let me just show you. As you can see, got deleted, and we should also, let me also show you the config map, whether, yeah, as you can see, now 1200 is back to the available IPs. So this is kind of the basic workflow of bring your own machine. You can comment, try it out, and look at the associated PR. Thanks.